Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 40 of the Last Place Party Show. My name's Alex. I like Dick. Today we're going to be talking about.
I literally turned him down as he was saying something.
Why you like this?
We're gonna get flagged from the beginning.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 40 of the Last Place Fire Team Show, where we talk about video games and all that good stuff that you guys like to hear from us. As always, I got the show. I'm doing it with my two co-hosts, my two friends. We got Chris.
Hello, I am Chris.
Doing a dance. We got Yendi.
Hello,
He
everybody.
was doing
I'm
a
also
dance.
Chris.
What? I don't think that's how that works.
I'm Yendi.
Oh, is this like a swap? Are we doing a
You look
swap?
just like
today?
me.
It's the hair.
Yeah, that's
All
what it
right.
is.
Yeah, so, we're good. Today's show, we are going to be talking about some leaks. We're going to be talking about Bethesda being committed to single player games, and what a crazy week of games that are being released this week. We have like absurd amount, so we're going to talk about those things. But before I do that, let's see how the gentlemen are doing. Chris, how you doing? What you're playing? What you're watching?
I'm doing good. I have a, I guess we can do, what do they do in Catholic Church? The confession. Yes.
Yeah,
Forgive me, LPF brethren, for I have almost sinned. Was watching some Vanguard streams.
Oh,
And I
boy.
wanted to play S&D.
Oh boy.
Didn't do it though. I didn't do it. Okay, I survived. Okay, and this week of games is going to. As soon as I saw the list for this week, I was like, okay, we're good. We're gonna make it to Halo. Everything's gonna be fine. We're cool. So, but this week I've still been playing Ghost of Tsushima. Fantastic, dude. I'm getting so like pulled into that game, and I've been playing a lot of Mario Party. Mario Party Online, man, is it. I'm so happy it's happened. It being online is probably one of the best ideas that Nintendo's had, and found out last night that they didn't cheapskate us. And by that, I mean, on Super Smash, you couldn't bring, like, so say Alan's over my house. We're playing Super Smash, right? On my Switch. Me and you couldn't play online together in Verse Yendi and have us all together. We'd have to take turns on the controller because they want everybody to have their individual game. So last night we was playing with Sean O. Shout out to Sean. Last night we tried to play. We played Mario Party, and sure enough, as soon as I hit friends, I was expecting to see that screen of like, no, who's all the players that are going to be joining you, and another screen came up, and it's like, how many players are going to play on this system? And I was like, what? And I can add Bree. So Bree played with me and Sean, and we all got to play together. And I thank them very much for that. That made the game for me too. Was being able to add my friends, and I could play online with other friends too. So
you and Bree shared a Joy-Con?
well, she had her Joy-Cons. I had my controller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it's a full blown controller. And we had fun, man. It's great. What have I been watching? Did I watch anything this week? Just YouTube, really. I gotta watch. I don't know, man. At a certain time of the day, I just sit on the couch and I'm watching YouTube videos. So I haven't picked up any shows. Like, I'll play games for a couple hours, and then after my session with games, I'm like, oh, I just kind of want to sit, and then I go to bed at a certain time, which I need to break that habit and start catching up on my shows. But yeah, that's about it, man. And today I started Forza, which we will talk about later. So yeah.
And Yendi, what's up, man? What have you been doing? What you been playing? I know you had a busy day today.
Yeah, busy day, a busy week that ended in today, and
You want to talk about it?
a lot of work stuff. Yeah, just a lot of work stuff. Released a new product. A lot of behind the scenes stuff that's stressful, as some of you know, since both of you work behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff people don't know about that.
But what
goes,
we do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So just some of that. But as far as games, Call of Duty got another 2 wins this week. All the good players are still leaving, so we're getting even more wins.
Until that new map
So,
comes in and
it
you
feels
get
good.
destroyed.
I know. I know.
Did you have
I
to have
know.
Vanguard to get the new map?
No, you don't.
Isn't
It's gonna
that
be
a
free.
thing?
It's gonna be Vanguard players will get it early. They will get it like
Um,
I think a week early,
yeah.
which kind of sucks to be honest. I'd be like, give them a month.
They have an
But
advantage. But other than that, I think I tried Apex. Me and Ryan tried playing Apex 1 or 2 times. The new map is really cool.
I love it.
I love the aesthetics of it. I'm still complete ass in that game.
But
And
what I
let's
taught you
see.
last time, the spiders and all that kind of help with at least getting geared up quickly. Like instead of keeping
we
searching
played
for
too,
gear.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
we
right.
we just go in and you're like, okay, I got my ammo. Like I have enough ammo, and we go through.
Yeah.
You guys hear this? They're playing Apex without me.
No,
Yeah,
don't even give me that.
Don't play that
Because I
card.
literally, I'm gonna add in
Yeah.
the screenshot of
He's trying to
Apex,
troll
and
us.
nobody says shit to me. Okay, I
When?
always play
Yeah,
Apex.
when?
What?
When?
Go ahead and
When?
talk. What
When?
you play this week? What you play
When?
this week?
Yeah, Alan.
Wait, Yandy wasn't finished. Did he?
Oh, okay,
what
go
did-
ahead.
did
Okay,
you-
go ahead, go ahead.
Did you watch anything, Yandy, or no? Did you still not go see Eternals?
Eternals? No, I haven't seen Dune yet either, man. But I want to really bad. It's just I can't find a time.
I don't think
to
you'll
do
like.
It,
I don't
man.
think Yendy will like Eternals, to be honest.
What? I think you like it. I think you'll be fine.
Well, based off of what Alan said about how he felt about it, I think I'll like it.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of stuff I'm
Yeah.
into. But
It's,
yeah, I just can't find the time to go watch it. And anything after like right now, after this time,
yeah. it's a
I am
problem.
ready. I would pass out in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Pass out in 10 minutes.
Maybe
So
you
in
need
the
to do
movie
like a
theater, it's
Sunday
just-
matinee or something like that.
I love matinees. I
you
really
go.
do because I come out and I'm like, oh shit, it's still daylight.
Yeah. And
Not so
especially
much
with daylight
anymore,
saving times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we need to
But,
get rid of, by the way. Like, why?
What?
Why?
Oh
why
my
is
God,
that a
yes.
thing?
What you
Daylight
think?
saving times. This going hour back and forward.
It messed
crap,
me up
like-
because nobody announced it. Nobody said anything, and it was my first day back as a tech, and it was like, oh, you need to be at work at 7, right? Or no, 8 o'clock. And I looked, and I woke up. This is when I thought something was wrong. I woke up feeling great because I went to bed
Right outside.
because I stayed up to watch the UFC fight, and I was pissed when I woke up and I found out because I was like, oh, I could have stayed up later and watched another fight, but whatever. And
These nights.
yeah, and I woke up, and as I was getting ready to leave, I was walking past the stove clock, and it said it's 8 o'clock right now, and I was like, my heart dropped. I was like, yo, what? And I'm like running around the house, and I grabbed my phone, and I was like, it's 7 o'clock. I was like, wait, what's going on? And I had to look up on Google. I was
I'm
like,
in the
when's daylight savings time? And it's like today. And I was like, oh, okay, great.
Surprise.
Yeah.
I hate
So-
it. I hate it.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that because when I was finished watching the fights, because if you guys don't know, I'm a huge UFC fan, and I'm starting to get Chris into it.
I've been
And,
into it.
I mean,
It's just
Chris has been into it,
Never
but now
been
he's
able to
like-
watch the fight,
Yeah.
but I'm there a lot now.
Yeah. So it was like late, and it was the card was fantastic, by the way, and there was just it was insane. Anyway,
7 straight knockouts, bro.
yeah, it was crazy. And then we get into and then at the end of it, after the Usman fight, shout out to Usman, but it was 12 o'clock, it hit 1 o'clock, and I was looking at the time and I was like, damn, it is late. And then I literally watched the time go back on all the digital things, and I went,
tripped.
I was so happy because I was like, wait a second, we got an extra hour, and then that's when it all dawned on me. I was like, it's daylight saving time.
Also, shout out to Chase for winning his thing.
Oh yeah,
man.
his parlay bet on the UFC. So listen, it's a good time.
Yeah, it was a good Saturday.
It
It was good.
Yeah. But me, as far as playing Apex, obviously new season, new map, which I agree with you guys. The aesthetics of the map is beautiful.
Because I was gonna ask you, because you're you play more than any of us.
Yeah,
so
so for me, I think the map looks beautiful. I do have some issues as far as I
think it's a little too big.
The thing is, that's the funny thing, is that the map itself is technically not bigger than any of the other maps,
It's the smallest,
but it's
one, or
just
is it-
too wide.
Oh,
It's
okay.
too and the levels are ridiculous. You can go up, there's super high and then there's super low in that, which is, I guess, a good thing, but also it's man, that's a lot of space to be told, and it feels like World's Edge in the sense where like if I'm not fighting someone immediately, it takes forever to find a fight, and I feel like Olympus and Kings Canyon is not like that, and those are the more aggressive of the maps. So
Hold on, guys.
that's just what
You guys might be
What
mad at
happened?
me.
you didn't go to Twitch, did you? What hey, we're on YouTube because I saw the
Okay,
thing.
okay,
Yeah,
well
we're-
then,
we're live.
okay, cool. My restream's glitching out because it's saying
Okay.
like, no destination. I was like, what do you mean no destination? I'm not seeing it on my restream.
Well, I saw the thing. I didn't.
Okay,
check,
cool,
so-
cool. Nobody's saying
There you
anything,
go.
so I'm just like, and I just see offline.
All right,
Okay, cool.
so
It's up. Yeah, it's up. Okay, thank you. I freaked out for a second. We're
Well,
good.
there you go. But yeah, so I think it's a cool map though. I think it'll be nice to the rotation, and I think people will have fun with it. I do like the animals and stuff, being able to shoot them for your Evo shields and getting gears and attachment. It was a little addition that they added. So I've been enjoying it. The new character's great, Ash. They always hit home with those characters and stuff. I've also started Forza today as soon as it dropped because I had to get in there, and we'll talk about that more later. But yeah, besides that, I haven't watched. I just finished Baki on Netflix, and I wanted to start that show, but I forgot the name of it because I didn't get to start it. So there's that. But anyway, enough of that stuff. Let me do a little housekeeping before we get into the show. Guys, check out our YouTube page. We did just drop an LPF debrief where we were talking about Eternals. Chris and I watched the movie. We enjoyed it. Go check out what we thought about it, and we got some theories in there too that, might come true. Who knows? But listen,
There's a lot more people
Just
on that
saying what I'm
bus because
saying.
Bree's friends
I'm
are
telling you. Listen.
are comic book people too. And I was
Mhm.
talking to them about it, and they're like, "Yeah, he's right." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Listen,
Oh, my bad.
yeah. Just check the date because remember who said it. But yeah. So yeah, and guys, we're still doing a mouse giveaway once we hit 100 subs on the YouTube. So please go tell a friend, do all that good stuff so that we can give this mouse away. And yeah, so on to the show where let's talk about. So here I have listed Spider-Man and Pokemon leaks. I didn't
Mhm.
want to get into too much details about especially not the Spider-Man ones, but this was more of a leak, like I guess topic more than anything else than actually giving out the information to these things. Because Pokemon and Spider-Man just had major leaks this weekend, and Spider-Man apparently had a really big leak. So if you guys know
Spider-Man the movie.
yeah, the movie.
Okay.
Spider-Man No Way Home had a big reveal apparently. Obviously, I disconnected my Twitter, and just as soon as a friend warned me, they were like, "Hey, there's a massive leak on Twitter."
I'm afraid to look it
If
up
you're-
because I
yeah,
don't know anything about.
what I'm saying.
I haven't seen anything Spider-Man or Pokemon this
Yeah.
week. I've only saw the
Yeah,
poster.
so don't look them up.
Okay,
but this
cool.
was just to
Not looking.
to talk about the topic of leaks.
Okay,
So
cool.
So with that being said, and it spurred these questions that I wanted to ask you guys. And pretty much the first question was, how do you feel about leaks? Is that something that you enjoy or something you seek out? Or is it something that you get upset when you see it?
It depends on the thing, right? So products. If it's like a new controller, new mouse, anything like that, I'm okay with the leak. I want to see what it looks like. It gets me, whenever I see a leak for a product, I'm more excited. When I see a leak for a TV show, movie, a YouTuber's video, something like that, then I'm upset because it's like they put in so much work into that thing. Like there's so many people that how long does it take to make a movie right now? Like Spider-Man's been films for a year, and then it edits for it takes 2 years for us to get a movie.
Well,
Right?
Yeah, give or take. Sometimes it starts way earlier than that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have movies.
But they work for a long time, and the fact that it can get ruined literally by a 30-second video, like they take away the the holy crap moment, then people go into the movie and they're like, this movie sucks. And it's like, well, yeah, it sucks because you already knew the very good part of it, and now you're not going to have that oh my gosh moment. It's just the movie because you know what's coming. So those leaks get me upset. I do try to avoid it. It's just like whenever I think it's kind of died down a little bit ever since the Star Wars trilogy came back. I know there was a few people that still did it, but the whole the spoiler thing, like when people would go on Facebook right after an episode and people are like, oh my gosh, this person. And it's like, bro, what the hell? Like, it's literally only been 15 minutes. You know what I mean? So that's kind of died down. I still have people on my Facebook. I've removed people from my Facebook from doing that because it's just like, like, congratulations, you're the first person to say something about it, and nobody cares about your opinion. Thank you. You just ruined it for me. But yeah, man, leaks. Only when it comes to content, I get upset. But yeah, I mean, I know other people get off of it. So I bet you on TikTok, as soon as I scroll through, it's just like everybody's just like, so there was a major thing in Spider-Man, and it's like, so.
Listen, they don't all speak like that, all right, Chris? But you
it's always starts with the "Did you know?" and it always starts like that.
It does start like that. Did you know?
And it's like, nope.
Spider-Man, and it's like, nope. Don't want to know. Don't know how I got here either. Yendi, how do you feel about leaks?
I think, like Chris said, when it comes to like products and stuff, I'm okay with it. I think it's nice. It drives up the hype and the talk behind it and all that. And I want to say it's for me personally, it's the same thing for media. I'm not really that big on media, as both of you know. And sometimes it's actually nice for me because I don't sometimes not have the time to sit down and watch a movie or a TV show or anything. And I'd rather just get a recap, and the leaks help me do that. And then I feel like I get the gist of it, and then I can kind of be in the conversation for some things. But there are some things out there that I'll just avoid, kind of like you do, Alan. Specifically stuff like Indiana Jones or Uncharted or stuff that I really, really feel passionate about. I will go out of my way to I will leave social media if I have to. But there are very few things that I do that with. But I think they help also bring about the state of certain things, especially with games. When a game gets leaked and it's in the shitty state, then we know the truth, and we know that the developers are probably just gonna send it out as is and then get it fixed later, which has been the way it's been with a lot of these games lately. So I can see it being a double-edged sword. Good for reasons where it would help the consumer, and bad yet again where it would hurt the consumer by spoiling stuff. Because not a lot of people are very passionate about certain properties and IPs and stuff like that, and they don't want to hear or see anything about it. They want to experience it for the first time in a theater setting or in their own home and just experience it, have that experience. So I get both sides, but to me, it's not really that big of a deal. So
yeah, and for me, so for me, I agree with both of you guys where how it really does depend on what it is. Like when you get like spec leaks, it's pretty cool because you're like, ooh, like I know exactly what I want. Like that's kind of cool that I know about this. But media leaks, like Chris said, I cannot stand. And I hate that we've gotten into a point where, and this was one of the later questions, where it feels like people are now like searching even harder for these leaks so that they can be the ones that put it up on Twitter, on TikTok to get those follows, right? Because it's just like, as soon as, like I'm telling you, as soon as I saw the mention of Spider-Man, I already knew. I was like, and now that they're doing these new algorithm things where like you now see some people that you weren't following and stuff like that, I just had to delete both of them. I was like, I can't get on this because I know what's going to happen. I'm going to see something I don't want to see. And how are they getting access to this stuff?
Bro, they get like these guys are serious. They can, the next headline could be like, Tobey Maguire caught at Dunkin' Donuts, and we saw a glimpse of a Spider-Man costume underneath his shirt.
In his suit.
Confirmed. Confirmed for Spider-Man.
It's like he had the glove on, and it's like what? Like, how did you see him?
He was wearing his Spider-Man PJs while taking out the trash. Confirmed for the next movie.
So it is kind of annoying that we do live in that time where it's just like people will literally do it for clout, right? Like at that point where it's like they glorify these leaks so that they can get more recognition. And I mean, again, that's also a double-edged sword, right? Because you do have those trusted leakers where you're like, oh, this person has leaked a bunch of stuff and I trust their content. And then you have those random people who are just trying to do it and you don't know if it's true or not. And then it's just like a whole shitstorm of leaks that are, some are real, some are fake. Some of these pictures were 30 years ago, and it just gets crazy. So for me, like I said, with those two major like Spider-Man movie and then the Pokemon leaks, because apparently the new what is it, Silver and whatever it's called just got leaked and stuff like that. So I was just wanting to know what your guys'
man,
opinion
I deal with
leaks
it.
are.
I personally deal with leaks with
Mhm.
the job I have, and if you're a big Disney fan, you guys know what blog I am talking about. And they are wrong a lot of the time, and they always because it's so popular. When I'm at work, you get bombarded with I read this. It's not that. Yeah, man, you just don't want to say anything. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah. And that's another thing, right? Like, why do people like? No, you just. So then, why are you asking me? If you don't believe,
They never
what my
believe me,
response is
bro.
gonna, if you don't believe what my response is going to be, why'd you even ask? Like, you just like because you've already made up your mind. You've already
Man.
made up your
My
mind that the
favorite.
leak or
Yeah.
whatever it is true. So why would you come and ask me? Hey, is this true? Like, it's so pointless to me. I don't get it.
I always tell
I don't
them.
get it.
I mean, I dealt with it recently with Rock and Roller Coaster. It is getting repainted. All right, if you're a Disney fan, it's just getting painted. And people are like, "Hey, man, what is this?" It's the guitar. The guitar's still behind it. Really? I'm like, yes, because if you walk up the ramp and go into the ride, it's still the guitar. That's the only part you see. What are they doing to it? They're just painting it. They're literally just painting it. They're like, yeah, okay. Well, all right, man. I guess I'll see you whenever they drop. I can't wait. I want to be in that courtyard where all these bloggers are like around the corner just waiting, and then they reveal, and it's just a painted guitar. I was like, yeah, it is.
Yeah. Remember when I told you that 2 months ago? So,
But anyway, continue.
yeah, but it does, like I said, it does feel like now we have these like glorified leakers, and it is kind of annoying. But and this is just a heads up: if you don't want to see any of those leaks, you probably want to stay off Twitter for a while, because what ends up also happening with tweets and stuff is that they start trending, and you see your trends even if you're not trying to see these leaks.
Sometimes you'll
see
see
your
it when
trends,
it's too late.
and then that's all it takes
Yep.
is like seeing a couple of names being trended, or a couple of or they will say the phrase within the trend, and then you're just like, damn.
Actually, what pisses me off too, it happens on TikTok, right? They take hashtags that don't. I wish you could get in trouble for this, but they'll take the most popular hashtag. They always check, right? So it could be Tostitos pizza rolls, right? Tostinos pizza rolls,
Which is always a good thing.
yeah. It'll say hashtag, right? And then the video is about. It could be the whole thing could be about Spider-Man, right? And I click on that hashtag because I want to know about my pizza rolls. And I get the Spider-Man leak. I was like, man, this has nothing to do with pizza rolls, and now my night's ruined. So they use all these hashtags so they can get all over the place, and I'm like, bro, it has nothing to do with the subject, and it makes me so upset.
You click on pizza roll hashtags.
No, I'm just saying as an example. As an example, like
okay.
if
I was
you
like, that is very specific.
no, because if
he did, what's the problem?
I'm like, show me those hashtags. I want to see what people post them.
You know,
post
some
anything.
people be making some cool handmade pizza rolls, like their own pizza rolls. So you gotta listen. I'm down for pizza rolls.
But stop using other hashtags, man. That's the point of that.
Yeah, that's a scummy way to get.
That's what everybody.
exactly.
I guarantee you, if the next TikTok you see, look at their hashtags. It's literally the first 4 trending hashtags, and they put it on their video, and it has nothing to do with what you have. So,
but they started I remember it was really bad. Like when TikTok was becoming popular. Now they still do it, but it doesn't show up on your page as much as it used to. But I remember it was exactly what you said. When it was terrible. But yeah, so all right, going on to our next topic. Bethesda commits to single player games, which is this article is by Arogig, and basically I found this article today because it was a big IGN story, and basically this cuts it down a little bit, but they basically did a interview today with the creative director Todd Howard of Bethesda, and basically he reiterated that they wanted to make single player games and continue to make single player games. They also talked about Elder Scrolls 6 and that being years off of coming out because
I didn't want to
they actually Well, I mean, yeah, but the reason behind it was because he said they wanted to focus on Starfield, and they didn't feel like they would not have been able to give Elder Scrolls all the love they wanted to, and still want to focus on Starfield.
I respect that.
Said,
that is very
yeah,
smart. Thank you for doing that, man. Not a lot of people.
yeah. He also said because of he also said Starfield. He wanted all hands on deck on Starfield because they always wanted to create new IP, and they felt like if they didn't do it now, they would have never done it, and they would have just got stuck in the mold of making, Elder Scrolls, which is not a bad thing. But anyway, within that interview, he says he committed to single player games like Starfield and games like that. So with that being said, as all of us, we do enjoy our multiplayer games. We just talked about multiplayer games that we played today. But with that being said, is that a refreshing thing to see and hear from a company like Bethesda, who is known for making these amazing single player games?
Yeah, for sure. I'm all for that, especially the games of this caliber that studios like Bethesda makes. But I will say, I feel like they should have flip-flopped Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. Because it's been 10 years since the last... Yeah, it's been 10 years since the last Elder Scrolls, and I feel like a lot of people are going to be a little salty that they're not getting Elder Scrolls, and instead have to wait another 5-6 years probably to get a new one.
Well, Elder Scrolls was announced second, though, right?
Yeah.
We just recently we got that announcement was it last year?
Yeah.
Or was it 2 years ago?
No.
Whatever the last E3 was
announced like 3 years ago.
Yeah, so it would make sense that they would finish that game because that announced
Well,
go ahead.
My argument is that nobody asked for Starfield. It's a brand new IP that nobody knows anything about.
Whoa. I
What?
disagree. Mr.
Nobody knows about it.
This is what go. I know what he's gonna say.
Okay.
Mr. We keep recycling things.
No, you guys are going with this. But I'm saying from a fan perspective, people are gonna be pissed that they have to wait another 6 years to get another Elder Scrolls because they didn't ask for Starfield. I'm not saying I didn't ask for Starfield.
Yeah.
I'm saying fans would want instead to have Elder Scrolls, play that, and then they'd be okay waiting another 5-6 years for Starfield, which is brand new, right? I feel like that way around would be better for them financially to have a really nice set of years and then have all that time to just completely focus on Starfield. But
on that I'll disagree with that because they can do the new thing with Starfield, give people something new, right? Yes, those fans are going to be upset. But if the game flops, right? If the game flops, then the game that comes after that is going to be something that, this is familiar. I'm happy with this. We're good. Instead of getting something familiar and then getting something new, and then Lord knows when we're going to get the next thing after that. So I guess it's kind of like
it's been 10 years.
Yeah, true. So it's up in the air, but I don't know.
If Elder Scrolls released in 2011, right? And then if they release Starfield in 2015, perfect amount of time. And then they have 2015 to now to make another Elder Scrolls. That's a much shorter time frame. And that would, I think, work out for everybody. But when they have these games almost 10 years apart from each other, it's just a little crazy. Because, the new Elder Scrolls is probably not going to come out until like my guess is 2026.
Yeah, but
I don't think it's going to be that
Another
far.
thing, too, I would feel like in this time where we're getting nothing but World War II, like we were getting nothing but World War II games. And right now we got New World, we got what's the game that just streamed? Why am I forgetting? The big one that everybody wants to play. That's like in that setting. Yeah.
Lost Ark, New Ark, or
no?
Lost Ark, which I meant to.
No, the one that you said looked good, Yendi. It was the stream that you Elden Ring.
Oh,
we have Elden Ring.
Yes.
Like that kind of game style is very popular right now. So maybe it'll be good for that game to come out later. So it just doesn't like, oh well, this is another one of these games that we've been playing all year. So whenever it comes out, it'll be kind of fresh. Like, oh, I've been away from this for a while, and now I can get back to it. But like you said, Danny, it's up in the like. like I said, it's going to be up in the air. If this game does well, then they're fine either way. I think those fans are going to be okay with it, but I can understand them being salty right now until they get their hands on that game. But if the game does really well, if it's fun, then they're going to be like, you know what, I'm happy with it. So
sounds like I think I read somewhere that that said that Starfield had the most dialogue of any Bethesda game to date, which is crazy. That means this game is enormous.
Huge.
It sounds like this is a game that they wanted for the longest time.
Yeah.
Like this is
one of the things from that interview. He says we felt doing something like Starfield. We'd been wanting to do something else for a long time and play in a new universe. So if not now, I'm going back in time, and we started right after Fallout 4, so 2015. If not now, when? It felt like if we didn't do it then when could we? Then he said, then the when could be never, Howard said. So he's saying, like, if they didn't start it right after Fallout 4,
it would have never been a thing.
It would have never made a Starfield.
Canceled project or something.
So then in that case, that game's only been in development for what, 5?
No.
6 years?
2015.
Yeah. Oh, 2015.
15, yeah. So 6
years.
That's a lot. That's a long time.
They're pulling a Cyberpunk, but obviously I have more faith in Bethesda.
Well, but
did they say if they're using a new engine for these?
They probably did, actually, but that's the thing. I was just about to say that if E3 comes up or whatever showcase we're gonna get and they show it, right? E4, yeah, sure. Or if Bethesda does their own thing and they open up the Bethesda land again, because I thought that was cool. They did their own presentation. If it pops up and he's like, I think it was Fallout 4 that he said it was gonna look different. Like, oh, everything's new, and then you saw the first character and you're like, my guy, this looks like Fallout 3. What did you do?
Kind of looks familiar.
Yeah, I'm like, that person looks the exact same as your other characters. If that happens, I will cry laughing, but I will still end up playing the game because their games are good, man. Their games are really good. I'm excited for it. As far as the is it refreshing that he said that? It is because I saw what happened with Fallout 76. My father-in-law is a big fan of Fallout games. He loves them. When 76 came out, he didn't like the idea. He's like, he doesn't like multiplayer or anything like that. He likes to be able to pick up something. He can explore, and he's by himself. He has time to himself. He wants to enjoy the world. And he knew that in 76 that it was just going to be cluttered with these people coming up and destroying your stuff and all this other stuff. And he basically went for a long time without a Fallout until Fallout 4 came out. And I know not a lot of people were a fan of that, but he was a fan. He just likes those games. He's not big into video games, and that was the game that he stuck with. And so it's very refreshing to hear, because as these games come out, he's going to continue playing he's just Bethesda all the way for him. He's just going to continue playing now. So he has something to play, and it's for those other people that don't like multiplayer games, and they can just go into the story and play these games. And Bethesda does a very good job of making these games very lengthy. There's always something to do. To this day, there's still videos coming up of like, this secret's been unlocked after like however many years this game was out. And that's very cool that they do that.
Do you guys think that Bethesda is crazy enough to do a universe within their games, a shared universe? Like, you think Starfield is a far future of like Elder Scrolls or Fallout?
No. I think but there we go. I think Starfield could be more related to Fallout than it is to Elder Scrolls, because like it would make sense to me, because if Starfield doesn't take place if it takes place in space, then we have no idea what's happening on Earth. So in a crazy world, then yes, it could be related to Elder Scrolls, because if you wanted to, you could be like, we don't know what the time frame is, right? So like on Earth, they can be dealing with like medieval times and all of this like fantasy and lore, while in space they're dealing with futuristic worlds and stuff like that. So that'd be really cool, just to think like, hey, I wonder what's happening. And then you see like dragons.
Well, is Elder Scrolls and Skyrim in them? Are those on Earth? Like, are those the places that they? No, so they could say that's another planet.
Yeah.
They could say
So
like
their own
you go to
planets,
Elders. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool because Fallout, they tell you the place like where you're
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
they're kind of
Well,
stuck
yeah,
with that.
Fallout is more is on Earth.
Yeah.
So that's because I mean
Their
with
own universe, that'd be kind of
Vegas,
cool. I would
Yeah.
I would enjoy that.
Just
That
saying
would be
that'd
cool.
be
Who
a great
knows?
step.
Spaceman
who
come
knows?
down and
Yeah, like
The guy comes
I mean
up.
that would
I
think
mean,
about
it-
that like end part of that when if you did come from space and you land in and
It-
see one of
I
those
think-
characters,
I
that'd be
think
pretty crazy.
in, I want to say Oblivion, there
Mhm.
is mention of a spaceship heading to the moon. So
Mhm.
I'm just saying that's a possibility. There could be some crazy shit happening.
Hey,
But
you
we'll
heard
see
it
if
first.
Starfield has any magical elements, right? I guess that will
Right, yeah.
be kind
But
of.
even then, it you could still like not have that, and just they haven't discovered that in space.
It's so
You know what I
crazy to
mean?
think that we know nothing about this game.
Right? Do you guys want Starfield to be more realistic, more grounded, or more fantasy?
I think I want it more grounded, honestly, because I think with the fantasy aspect, I do associate that with Elder Scrolls, right? So like even when I'm playing Fallout, I don't feel like I want it to be more. I want it to be not as realistic, but I do want like realistic elements to the game. So I think with Starfield, I want that. I'm not sure
I think they could do
exactly what I want in Starfield yet.
They could
because I
do-
feel like playing.
We don't know anything about
Yeah,
it.
we don't know anything, and I feel like it can be felt like it might be similar to Outer Worlds, and I don't know if that's if it's going to be a more serious Outer World, because I feel like that's the only step you can go, because Outer Worlds started off serious and then it wasn't serious at all.
I get Mass Effect vibes from the
That's
short
what I was just
things
about
we've
to
been
say.
shown.
Like it could be with the whole, you don't have powers or anything, but they'll have they can have an explanation like how Mass Effect did with some races that had powers and some that didn't. So they could. Do
Yeah, I
that.
mean, I am stoked for that game though, because I feel like it's one of those games where I do want new Bethesda IP. Not that I don't love their old ones, but I feel like they're one of those. This is going to give them that new hunger, right? Because it's like we've never done this before, and it's not a title we know that is going to sell. So they're taking a chance, but just by using their name. So they're saying, "We are Bethesda. Trust us while we take you on this."
And they deserve that
And
chance.
I like
We've
that.
had so many
Yeah.
games. We've had so many games from them that hit right, except for 76. 76 was their first like. I wouldn't even say failure because they did have a bunch of people that did like that game.
And apparently now, since the expansion where they put the NPCs back, people have been really enjoying it again.
So
So-
I think they deserve that chance, and they're gonna have the support. Everybody's gonna be like, you know what, I'm gonna give them my money when it comes out. If I see a trailer or something like that and I'm not gonna like it, or I don't like the trailer, I think that they still have enough loyalty to where people are like, I have to try this game. Like there's no chance. I cannot not try it. So
And you can always try it on Game Pass because that's where it's going to be available.
yeah, true.
I'm still sticking with my guess that's going to be 2026 or after, because if Starfield is still a far ways out,
It's Starfield's November next year, 2022.
I just got goosebumps.
that's release.
That's
That's
what
release?
on IGN. Let me double
So it'll
check.
get delayed to next year.
It says Starfield is
2023.
due to release.
You think it'll
on
get
Xbox
delayed?
Series. No. I think
Knows.
this is it. It says November 11th, 2022.
Okay, so if it comes out 2022, they're going to want to take at least a vacation, at least maybe a year off, right? So then Elder Scrolls doesn't start till 2023. It's going to take at least 5 years to make
but I
if they
find
haven't
it.
started on it.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing though. I find it hard to believe that they hadn't at least had like.
I think they put down the
Semi-groundwork.
groundwork. Yeah, they put the
Like, you know what I
groundwork.
mean?
They're like, hey, let's focus on finishing
I
this.
feel like the story is already made.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Sorry,
I
yeah,
feel
the
like that's
ideation
already
stage
made.
is probably complete. But
Yeah.
because I think
but
them
then,
saying like,
yeah,
hey, we're gonna
the new
stop, like
stuff.
we're gonna focus on this game, or we're gonna stop on this and focus on this for now, is so they don't have the delay, so they can just be like, hey, like we're gonna fully complete this and get this off of our plate so we can move on. And I think it's a great idea. So that means if it comes out next year, we should get something in March or April, and finally see something of the game, because we only got screenshots last time, right?
Well, we got
like. Video.
We got the
we
video,
did get
but
video.
not like
Yeah.
gameplay.
Yeah.
2026, calling it now.
For a thing, we'll see.
Or for Elder Scrolls, I mean.
We'll see. I don't think so, but we'll see. I mean, I wouldn't put it past it. And honestly, I don't care. Elder Scrolls is one of those games I will wait. I'll wait until it's done. Like, because I know that the lifespan of that game might last me as long as it took them to make the game.
But also, isn't Tom Howard one of those guys that's known for, like, I'm pretty sure it was him, right? That did like is like, oh, you see this game? It comes out this year. And everybody's like, what?
Well, I mean, that happened with Fallout 4.
Oh, Fallout 4. That's right. Yeah. So, you know, that could be on the, he's very good at doing that, where he's just like, yeah, you guys see all this, blah, blah, blah. You get it this year. And everybody's like, what?
Hey, man, I just know that I've been really getting that Skyrim itch, this new stuff that they're putting out.
Well, good news for you, Yandy.
I don't want to buy the game a fifth time. I just don't, because I know exactly what's going to happen. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to start it up. I can't wait. I'm so excited to explore, blah, blah, blah. And then I won't want to actually grind or do the story. I just want to go places, but I'll get wrecked. I'm like, fuck this shit.
Did you see the guy did you see the guy that watched, I'll have to send it to you. It's a TikTok. This guy's like reacting to the the Elden Ring stream. Gameplay. And he's like, he's sitting there and he's like, is this the town? He's like, is this the map? And they're zooming out. And he literally puts his hands on his head. He's like visibly stressed. And he's like, I'm done for February. This is it. Like that. Like, I can't play anything else. Like, I'm going to be, he knew already. He's like, I have nothing else that I can do. I have to do this.
That game, man, I'm so upset that I got that email today that I part like it. It was a soul crushing thing today.
I wonder why.
But,
I said, I wonder why.
I just want to play. I want to play it. I just want to see how it is, you know? But anyway, my last question for that is, we did kind of talk about it. And do you think that their commitment to single player games is because of the lack of success that Fallout 76 had?
Wait, say again?
I said, do you think that one of the reasons they committing to single player games is because of the lack of success of Fallout 76?
That, and I also feel like the team, because they had to keep that game updated, they had to have a separate team like working on it consistently to fix it. So I feel like that pulls more people away from your projects, because now you have another thing to worry about. Like, oh, I have this service that we have to take care of, so it's playable, so we can make our money back, and go from there. So I think it's a smart play, man. They saw the basics. Yeah, like, obviously they probably wanted to try multiplayer. They knew it was on the plate. Let's see if we can make a multiplayer game. Doesn't work out. We go back to our roots. We're successful. Either way, we did something. It didn't work. That's okay. We still know what we're good at, and we're gonna go back to that. So, and I think every company should take that chance. Like, there's comes a moment where you have to try that. You have your normal formula, and they look out and they're like, hey, let's see what happens if we do branch out this way. Because what if 76 was successful? You know what I mean? What if it was the next big multiplayer game? Everybody was on it today. To this day, like we're talking about it right now on the podcast and stuff like that. That's the chance that all these companies take. But the nice thing is about them is that whenever it doesn't work out, they see that and they're like, okay, let's bring it back in. All right, let's work on what we know, and then we'll branch out again and do something else, which is what that game, I keep forgetting the name of the game.
Starfield? Yeah,
Starfield's gonna be. I keep saying Star Citizen. In my head, I'm like saying Star Citizen. I'm like, that's not it.
I thought you said Garfield. I'm like, what?
No. That was
Chris
last
Pratt?
week's episode.
Did you know Chris Pratt's going to be the voice in...
Stop.
Hey, Andy, what is Starfield?
It's Starfield.
Maybe.
I couldn't have put it any better than what Chris said when it comes to that. I think they were just experimenting. Yeah, I just... It could have been a success if they just changed a few things. I feel like, right? So it could have gone either way.
Not having the NPCs kind of like
that
really hurt. That was a really weird thing because you've trained, and it's one of those things where I always have that comparison of Game of Thrones when I'm talking about things like that. It's like you can't train your audience to do something and have like long-winded conversations or like always talking to NPCs and then just take it away. which is what the last season of Game of Thrones was, right? It was everything happened so fast paced, and it was like, no, you trained us to watch 10 hours of just dialogue and some action, and now you're like, throw away the dialogue. We're just gonna do random stuff. And I felt like that was Fallout 76, right?
Good
It
analogy.
was like, hey, you know, you always talk to these people, you make these decisions. Now we're taking all of that away. And it was like, what? Like,
And the
this
fact
is no
that
longer Fallout.
that they tried Battle Royale.
Yeah.
I played it. I remember playing that. I was like,
Oh,
I
boy.
had
Fallout
to
76
had a Battle Royale, yes. And you got the power armor, everything like that. I mean, it was not the round I played was fun. Looting was awful. Finding the armor was awful because like it was the same thing. Like if you didn't have a battery for your armor, it ran out of juice.
Mhm.
You hopped out and you're vulnerable. It was weird. It was really weird. I don't know if it's still on. They probably took it out. They had to have, but they did it for like as soon as they announced like, hey, we're doing a battle. I think the Battle Royale came out the same time as the Firestorm in Battlefield 5. I feel like.
Okay.
And those were both they both failed. So yeah.
Well, there's that. So, all right. Well, on to our next topic. So this week we have a plethora of games. We're also going to count a game from next week too. And I just want to know what the guys think about this. So this week, if you guys don't know, Forza 5 came out today. Grand Theft Auto Remaster is coming out this week. Knights of the Old Republic on the Switch is coming out this week. The Skyrim, which we just talked about, Anniversary Edition comes out this week. And then for those who have the Gold Edition, Battlefield
or EA Play
or EA Play,
you get the 10
Battlefield
hours,
Game Pass.
Game Pass. You get Game Pass, like we've been saying since we started this show, which is 40 shows ago, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, yeah. So all of those games are coming out within the next 2 weeks, and as you guys know, we already stress about time, but I feel like our next, as much as we complained about not enough games coming out, this is for 1 week for all these games.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like it's either we get nothing, we get a dry spell, or like you strike and the dam breaks, and you're like, I don't have the money to cover all of this.
So, speaking of all those games, Chris, what games are you most excited for? And what games do you plan on getting?
So, Battlefield I have. Forza on Game Pass, which, to be honest, like now playing it, I probably would have bought, but Game Pass is perfect. I'm glad I waited the week. And Knights of the Old Republic on the Switch, I think is a great idea. And I never finished I never finished it on PC. So the fact that I can take it on the go is awesome. Or I can play like a little bit before bed or something like that. It's very nice. So I'm very excited for those. Skyrim I will not be getting until it goes maybe on sale. I'll try it on PS5. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what it looks like on everybody else's thing. We'll see what happens.
It's not going to look any different. The thing is with Skyrim, right, is that we just got we got a special edition that is on Game Pass right now with all the Bethesda thing. And I didn't even check if that's going to be on Game Pass because I feel like I didn't even check, honestly, if this Anniversary Edition is going to be on Game Pass because I would assume it might be, actually.
I don't think it is.
This is the Anniversary Edition going to be on Game Pass?
I'll look it up real quick.
I don't think so.
I mean, I wouldn't see why not, but yeah, it's going to be the same. Okay, it's not going to change much. There's only so much.
It's not going to be the same. It's not.
It is.
It's not. We can fish.
Cannot do much.
We're fishing, baby. We're fishing.
Oh my god.
We fishing, baby.
Are you really going to go fish?
You damn right I am. The dragon board. We need to move. Where's the nearest lake?
What is this fish?
But playing Forza today, man, I love their intros, man. I like going through, like passing through the car. In the past, it was always you were driving, right? You're doing a little race. The camera would change, and then you were like in the snow or whatever environment they had. The plane drop was dope. Dude. It was so cool. So those that don't know, the first thing that happens, you're on the way, and you're in Mexico. You're on the way to the festival. but obviously it wants to show you all the terrains. The very first thing that happens is you see the plane, the hangar opens, right? You see the car and it says press A to enter. You enter in the car and it like drops you from the plane, parachutes you down, and you see the overlay, right? Car comes down, brakes right before you hit the ground, and then you just take off. It's so cool. You start racing right there. And then
the transition.
Yeah, the transition was awesome because it wasn't
to the like gameplay was legit seamless. I'm talking about like it was legit like no stutter. It was like here's a game like it was like here's our cinematic, and it was just like here's the same graphics going into the game, and I was like my head's just like that's when I sent you guys that and then making chat. We won't discuss it, but you know. You guys know. And
the fact that they used the plane to transition the scene was perfect because it's like the whole time the pilot's like, I like before you get to the festival, before you get into the last car to make it to the festival, he's like, hey, I got one more drop off. And he drops you off and he's like, okay, I'll meet you at the festival. And you just take off and you see that plane come up and take off over you. Another thing that they do a great job at is setting up the set piece. Like you're a part of the film. So the fact that you're driving and then just before you're about to take a turn, another car busts in through the side and just makes a perfect path for you to pass by, like while you're trying to avoid everything, is really cool how they make you part of the video. It was awesome racing all the way into the festival, and you saw the dirt bikes, you saw the plane come by, and then all the cars are coming by as you pull in. And the fact that now you pick your name, you can go through, pick your name, and when you get up on stage, and I was like, everybody, Chris, and like everybody goes crazy. So it was really cool. Also like that we're on the right side of the road for us. Because I can't tell you how many times I played the other one and I'm like, and I'd smash into a car. I'm like, God dang it. I can't figure this out for some reason.
Yeah. You know, that happened to me when I was playing Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah.
It's in the UK, and I was like, oh, damn it. Like, it's because we're also trained to play these games. Like, not only do we drive like that, but we train to play these games that are mostly set in the States. So we're like, oh yeah, cool. And then as soon as you take us to the left, we're like, what is going on here?
Yeah, and then all your turns are like wide. You try to cut the corner right there, and then a car
terrible.
But yeah, also what else did I say? Battlefield. I'm excited for Battlefield. The videos that they keep dropping look great. I have my hopes high for them, man. I really do. I'm all in, and I will report back next week with they failed me or I love it. So, and I hope I'm on the level of the spectrum.
Okay, Yandy, what are you excited for out of that list? Which games are you gonna get?
I mean, not much, to be honest, man. I gotta be 100% honest here. Forza 5 always been a stunningly beautiful game.
Yeah,
beautiful game. One of the best ways to showcase what the Xbox can do, and the PC especially. But for me, it's always been that game that never had any staying power. I'll play it for maybe a week, even with friends, but there's nothing that draws me back to it. Even though it's beautiful, it just doesn't have enough substance for me to bring it back. I'm more of the simulator racing, the motorsport version, which I love even more.
That's why it's on Game Pass, and you should try it on Game Pass.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not going to try it, especially because it's on Game Pass, but it's just, it takes a lot for me to install a game. I mean, it means I have to install something else in its place, and what happens a lot of the times is just I'll download a game, never even open it, as you can see from Biomutant. Never opened it.
Is that still downloaded?
I think I still have it. Yeah, I still have Control. I still have Biomutant. I still have one other game I can't remember right now.
That sounds like you already have your delete list. So
yeah, right. You're right.
You just re-download them later.
You could also play most of these games on the cloud now because you can actually play Forza on the cloud.
Well, a lot of these games, like Control, I got for free from Epic Store, and then Biomutant I bought from Steam. I don't buy these from Xbox, but anyways.
No, even though because Game Pass has, I know Control is on the cloud on xCloud. So you could play that from your computer, and you can play Forza.
Yeah, I'm not about that. But GTA Remaster, I think we all felt the same way about that. Cool, not something we would buy, but we'll try. Same thing for me. Not a lot of staying power. It's just older games. I never played Knights of the Old Republic, so it doesn't really mean anything for me. And playing anything that's supposed to be like top tier on the Switch is a no go. The Switch is for Pokemon and Animal Crossing.
Wait, what do you mean
And then
top?
Zelda, that's it.
What do you mean top tier?
I mean, Knights of the Old Republic is considered to be a AAA game, right? So
Yeah, back in its time.
yeah, back in right.
Yeah, because
I
if
mean,
you play it right now on your PC, you're gonna be like, what is this?
It still looks great.
I've never played it, so I have nothing to say on that.
The aspect of the screen just goes in, and you're
Still
like,
looks
oh, here we
fantastic,
go.
okay? Still looks great.
I wouldn't buy those kind of games to play on a small screen, but
Yeah, I get you.
there's a time and place for that. I'm kind of excited about the Skyrim Anniversary Edition. I have flirted with the idea of buying it because I still want that grind that New World kind of gave me for or however long we played it. And actually, I haven't played New World in a long time.
Me either, man. Everybody went to the end game stuff, and now you're screwed. Like you can't. It was a race.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, I knew it was a matter of time before that was the case, and everybody's over leveled and stuff. But it was nice exploring the world while we had the opportunity. It's not saying I won't go back to it, but Skyrim, the fishing mechanic is weird. If it's not implemented well and seamlessly into the game, it's gonna feel very off. I feel like I don't want it to feel tacked on, right? Like you have to do some crazy button combination just to throw out your rod.
I
and
can't wait
stuff,
to see a
your
video
line.
of somebody getting stuck in the fishing like.
Oh, you know the glitches are gonna come.
Yeah, but getting stuck getting stuck of like pulling out the rod. It's probably like you have to click, pull out the rod. You're sitting there, right? Dragon comes in. They're like, back out. Like, and they're just stuck at the...
Like I said, I'm very curious as to how they implement that and if it actually is seamless. But I mean, that's another element that you could add to your roleplay, especially with some of the mods, like the Frostbite mod, where not Frostbite, whatever the hell it's called, where you have hunger and stamina and stuff like that.
The survival mode, essentially.
Yeah, which is really cool. If anything, I might do it just for that and like do like a role playing session.
It does add a little more food to your.
If it's on Game Pass, I'm gonna be playing it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. I was
gonna
like,
be
what
a
do I
no.
have?
That's gonna be a no. And then for Battlefield, I am cautiously optimistic for it. I'm glad that I was able to get my refund from Steam because after I saw the specialist bullshit, that was a instant like, no, this is not Battlefield. This has gone too far. But after I saw that Portal video, I'm like, shit, these motherfuckers got me again. Because
he didn't know that it was Portal was online. Like you're gonna be playing other people's stuff, and that was a big takeaway from it when they first introduced it.
The one negative with that is that servers will not be persistent. So if nobody's on a server, it'll go away. It'll be deleted.
Well, I'm sure they'll have the most popular up because if they do it what like Halo 3 did back in the day, like Griffball would be at the top and everybody would jump into Griffball and stuff like that. So I'm sure they're gonna look at like somebody's gonna make a very popular game mode, and it would be dumb for them not to have like a featured Portal of the week, like and you play it, like everybody just jumps on.
The reason why I didn't think that was going to be an option was because it would take away from the actual Battlefield 2042 servers.
Yeah.
So it'd be fragmented, and that's bad for games, especially multiplayer games, because if you can't find enough players to go in a server, then they slowly die, which is why and where bots can't come in, which I hate the thought of. I completely forgot about that.
Until you said that, I was like, oh, wait.
But I'm calling it now. For the Battlefield Portal servers, the most popular ones are going to be the ones without specialist class. Calling it right now. That's going to be the number one most popular one.
They're going to recreate Battlefield. You already know there's a group of friends that are like all geeks, and they're like, we're gonna recreate Battlefield. Like literally, Battlefield 2042 is gonna be Battlefield 3, and we're gonna go in.
That's exactly what
I'm fine with that.
Gonna do. Yep.
I'm fine with an updated like.
And that person is gonna be Yendi.
That's right, damn straight. It's sad there's only 2 Battlefield 3 maps available, but at least they're really good ones.
Yeah.
Very excited just for Portal, and I'm very excited that I'm actually able to try it for 10 hours, which is plenty enough time.
Also, they do have. I forgot to tell you, they do have Rush. It's just called something different.
No, it's called Rush.
Is it called Rush? Because I looked it up and it was like the new game mode is called this, and I was like, oh, But okay, and
You mean
also
Hazard Zone.
um,
you're
Skyrim
thinking
Anniversary
of?
Edition won't be free on Xbox Game Pass.
Ah, damn, that sucks.
So probably later
well.
on. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
But
they'll
yeah,
probably put it there.
were you thinking about Hazard Zone
Is it Hazard
for
Zone? I think so.
Battlefield?
No, because
Yeah,
it says
that's
like
a new mode.
you start. It says attack and defend, and you're pushing your team. You're pushing opponent team back. That's what it said. I was like, isn't that Rush?
They better have fucking regular Rush. They got to stop bullshitting with this game mode and just bring it back. But anyways, that is probably, if Portal's really good, I'm gonna just buy the game outright. I mean, I'm so happy that we got 10 hours, because I'll know in the first hour or two if this is something I'm gonna buy. I can see all the graphics, the mechanics, how everything works out, if the bots are good or bad, or how the stupid robot dog works, and if he's gonna
It
be
wasn't
OP.
that bad. I mean, I was happy
vehicles.
that they fixed the jump and slide. Remember that? Well, I mean, I did not send Yendi anything.
Oh, that's the other thing. You
yeah.
can, in Portal, you can toggle off slide. I'm like, fuck yeah! Like, get that shit out of
Oh
here.
wow,
We
they
don't
really
need that.
did everything.
They gave you a lot of. Did you guys see how?
I didn't see how
servers?
in depth. I did not watch how in depth it was, but like I know they said
Anybody
like
can make one.
yeah, they're like
Yeah.
they literally said like we just gave you like basically we just gave you build the game from
remember-
scratch. Here, have fun. Like do
Yeah.
what you want. Stop complaining to me. Make it yourself.
There's a logic engine. You can build it right from a browser and share it with people, and share the coding too, which is insane. So the stuff that people are going to come up with is going to be mind-boggling. So that means this game is going to be going for years and years and years.
That's why I
It's gonna
said.
I give it-
remember when we originally talked about it? I was
Yeah.
like, Portal is going to be the reason why I think we don't get a Battlefield for a while, because they're just going to like. I feel like they're going to continually update Portal, and then they're going to be like, "Hey, if you want to play something, go play this," and
What's-
then we'll release like maybe a single player for you on Battlefield. But besides that, like, do it yourself. Like, and that way you can never complain. Really, you
Yeah.
can just be
Yep.
like, "Hey, here's this game." And then maybe like, Yendi said there's 2 Battlefield 3 maps. Maybe like next year they're like, here's 2 more.
They'll-
Or, like,
yeah,
DLC.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
how they can be their
yeah.
DLCs.
You think it'll be paid
And I'll pay
DLC?
for it.
You think it'll be paid
Oh,
DLC? Yeah.
I don't
Oh
know
yeah,
if
they're
it'll
gonna
be good.
introduce
Yeah, we'll
maps
see.
from all Battlefield games into
Mhm.
Portal, and it's gonna be like, 4 packs, 4
And people will
maps
buy
for
it.
10
People will
bucks,
buy it.
kind of like Call of Duty.
Oh
did.
no,
Yeah.
you know what? Because in
I-
the gold edition, it did say, whenever I bought the gold edition, I got a 1 year the 1 year pass.
Yeah.
So it's
So-
so I get whatever within that year, whatever expansions come out, I get. So
There
that
you
makes
go.
sense. Yeah.
They're probably gonna do the back to Karkan expansion from Battlefield 3 again and Battlefield 2, and maybe the end game expansion, the what's it called from Battlefield 3, where they introduced the smaller maps. Anyways, yeah, I could definitely foresee that happening. We're gonna get a bunch of map packs.
I say give it a
and-
couple months. Like in a couple months, Portal is going to be like I said with the idea I just said out loud. Like the whole, like they should have a featured. Like this is a great game mode. Like this person created that. Like shout out people, because there's definitely people that love creating maps and everything like that. So they should have a feature page of like, or a featured game of the week, game mode of the week, or something like that. I hope they do that.
Oh, there's
ahead.
no map editor. It's just a logics editor.
Yeah, but if you think
So-
about it, in a couple, I'm sure, I think at some point somebody's gonna come up with a brand new game mode that we have not. They'll figure a way to make a whole different game mode, and I don't know how they're gonna
Probably.
explain it to the players of like this is how it's gonna be played. Because like Griffball, when I remember when Griffball first started, like you had to play with somebody that had it, like it was word of mouth. It's just like this is how you play. It's literally football. You have the hammers, you smack each other, you try to get to the other side and plant the bomb. Cool.
And
And then
have
you
like descriptions though.
yeah, so
pretty
hope
sure.
that's what I'm saying. I hope it has the description of like this is how my
They
game
do.
mode's played.
Mhm.
That's gonna
You
be
guys
awesome,
should
man.
See how crazy
This is gonna be
detailed
nuts.
The
It is.
logic
It's
engine
insane.
is.
I believe that. I knew like that was the one thing that I knew that if 2042 does fail, as long as Portal doesn't, Battlefield to be fine, because Portal it has a potential to carry it for as long as it takes, because once you start adding allowing players to create things, it builds longevity to games, because what ends up happening is people even 5 years from now are going to start building something that we didn't even think was possible 5 years ago. So like it's just going to be one of those things where people get crazy, and you see it with mods and stuff like that with games, right? With like Skyrim mods and stuff. Like a lot of these anniversary stuff that Skyrim even came out with were player mods.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And they just added player mods. So the portal system, I'm hoping that they keep that fresh and keep it like as free as they're advertising it. Because if they then Battlefield, I mean, like I said, it doesn't matter what 2042 does. If Portal is what it needs to be, it's Battlefield is going to be perfect.
I'm gonna make a Spider-Man mode. I'm just gonna unlimited grapple.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Andy will never play.
Zero players on the server. But no, I think you're right, Alan. If Portal is a hit and it does everything that the veterans want it to do and are give you all the possibilities, then Battlefield 2042 will be a game for everybody. The base game will be for those Call of Duty players that will transition over from Vanguard, who like that crazy ass fast gameplay and nonstop like on cocaine shit, while all the veterans will be on Portal playing their game modes, laughing at those other people.
You think
It'll be that.
You think later on they add in like map editor, like it's I remember in Halo 3 you had the bunker. And I mean, that was the only thing you could do was the bunker, and you added stuff to the map. You think they'll do that, where it's just like, hey, here's a clean slate, and just make your thing?
I wish for nothing more than that, because editing old maps or creating one from scratch would be it. We wouldn't need another Battlefield.
It would be crazy.
That's the thing, right?
Because I don't know if they said this. It'd be crazy if you can add in your own like weather element. Like, hey, at this time, I want the tornado to go through, like in the gameplay, or the buildings falling. Like, I hope that you can do that yourself too. Like, you set up a time, like, hey, at some point in the match, when do you want this skyscraper to fall? And it's just like, okay, here.
Even for very custom maps.
Yeah.
You can do weather events right now in Portal.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, there's
dude, that's crazy. After this podcast, I'm literally just gonna go read a whole bunch. You can change
the frequency of it, when it starts, when it ends. It's insane the amount of stuff that they're giving you options to do. But Portal has to really nail it, man, because that's the only thing I'm writing on right now.
If it doesn't in the beginning, I'm sure it'll be fixed as it goes through.
I'm expecting the game to be crap, technically.
In the beginning?
Yeah, I'm expecting it. I'm going in there with that mindset, and I'm willing to forgive it. It's
a lot, because Portal, them coming out and talking about Portal and how big it's going to be and how much you can do to it. That's a lot. That's a lot of work, and for it to work day one, if they do get it to work day one, then wow, that's going to be something. But we'll see.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. And before we close out the show, I just want to say happy birthday to one of our favorite games. Today is the 17th anniversary of Halo 2. So, boys, what was your favorite Halo 2 map?
Lockout?
I gotta look up a list.
Is that the one? Lockout? Is that the one that was up in the snow, the towers outside?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Lockout.
Wait, what is it?
You're talking about
with the
Lockout, with the towers. Mine was Foundation.
It was two towers, and then it has a spinning thing in the middle.
No, that wasn't. That's Foundation. You're talking about Foundation.
That one was my favorite because of the super
that's
bounce.
my favorite map.
Yeah, that was the super bounce. I could get on top of that.
17 years ago, Halo 2 came out, and we learned that we needed to finish the fight because that was the ending of Halo 2, which at the time I was super hyped about, and then I was also like, how long did it? I was like, man. And then it took forever. Oh yeah.
How long did it take to get Halo 3?
Halo 3, we actually had to wait another console, right? Yeah, we did. Halo 3 came out for 360, so Halo 3 came out in.
Didn't it come out the same generation?
That wasn't the same console. No, at 360 was Halo 3, and that came out in 07.
Halo 2 was on the original Xbox?
I believe so, right?
I'm thinking about the cover art now, and
yeah, it came out.
It looks
because Halo.
It's chief like this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because they added the subs,
original,
and the dual wielding. Everybody's like, what?
Shit!
Yeah.
Wow, I swore that was 360.
Yeah, that was.
Oh dang! Marty Mar said, "What's good? Sorry, man, if we missed you. God dang it."
Yeah.
I got too deep in the conversation.
Yeah, Halo. Yeah, that was original Xbox, Halo 2. And then and then it showed up later on, but that was original. And then we waited 3 years to actually finish the fight, and then we had that great finale. I'll never forget the Halo 3 finale. But anyway, we could talk about that for days. I just want to give that nice nugget that it was been 17 years of Halo 2. So
Give me a
thank
Halo
you guys
portal.
for joining us. Oh man, that'd be crazy.
Forge.
No, better Forge. We need a better Forge.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us today for episode 40. We've done 40 weeks of, which is kind of insane. So thank you guys for joining us for all of that. Just remember, go like, subscribe, do all that good stuff so we can give this mouse away, because we're trying to give this mouse.
I need space in my closet, people. Come on.
Let us give you stuff.
Let us
I have
give
more
you
stuff coming in. I need more space.
Yeah, we need space. So please tell a friend, do all that good stuff. We're going to try to do this Squid Game debrief because I finally finished it, so we can finally talk about it and not shame Yendies. Until we do that, we will see you guys next week, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And until then,